I knew them, you knew them, everyone knows them. They were all the rage in the 90s. Heck, I still remember the entire poker rap. These guys define nostalgia. But why did the excitement die down? Well, the TV show obviously was atrocious, but the games also had a part in it. Let's see where they went wrong. I feel you should know, I'm not talking about the handheld Pokemon games. Nintendo's doing that just fine on their own. I'm talking about the console Pokemon games. You know, the ones that sucked. The formula that made the original Pokemon great was the badges, the multiple environments, and the freedom to catch any freaking Pokemon you wanted. Snagging? What were they thinking? I want to crawl around in grassy areas. I want to be able to catch a Pikachu, not only be able to get a Flaffy. I don't want to steal someone else's Pokemon and jump through hoops just to get them purified. That's just no fun at all. And also, the art style of the games was just weird. The outfits made no sense to the point of being creepy, and the names looked like they were randomly generated letters. Seriously, who's gonna name their kid Scrub? Another thing I hated was trainer placement. They literally placed 10 trainers, in a linear corridor, in one room. I was wondering where Final Fantasy 13 got it from. Okay, rage over. To fix this is simple. They just need to stick with the tried and true badge system. It works. It could have been so much better. I also didn't enjoy battling in general, because the animations for the Pokemon and, well, pretty much everything took too long. Now, here's the thing. People aren't in agreement whether they want a Pokemon Stadium remake or a Pokemon MMO. I'll start with Pokemon Stadium, as it's shorter and less complicated. Actually, never mind. Let's start with how much Battle Revolution sucked. The music was ear-bleeding electronica, the animations took forever, you couldn't pick what Pokemon you wanted, and the online was terrible. But you could finally customize your trainer. Took them long enough. Here's the formula of what made Pokemon Stadium great. Tons of mini-games, game compatibility, being able to play handheld games on your TV, Gym Leader Castle, Pokemon Center functionality, and stadium tournaments with cups and prizes. Let's go through this in order. Is it really so hard to make mini-games? For the Wii, no less? Come on. Let's move on. It shouldn't be too hard to make the DS versions and even Game Boy Advance versions compatible with the game. It's elementary in this day and age. Handheld games on the TV? This was tricky, but I figured it out. Controls should be with the Wii Remote and Nunchuck, and only the Wii Remote and Nunchuck. They should map movement to the analog stick, A to A, B to B, X to C, Y to Z, L to 1, and R to do. Mapping the touch controls is simple. There will be a marker up on the TV showing where you're pointing like any other game, but it's not activated until you press down on the D-pad. That is the default. You can change the controls if you want in the settings or something. Gym Leader Castle. Alright, this isn't hard at all. Except adding all the leagues. Pokemon Center functionality. How they connect is this. You go to the Pokemon Center and it prompts you to connect to your DS. You go to your DS and go to DS Download Play. They connect and you can guess the rest from there. Stadium tournaments. Just use the first two as templates and you'll be fine. Except for one thing. Winning the Master Ball trophy in the tournament gives you the previous trophies. Please. Moving on. Free battles are a must as well, and I realize that 500 Pokemon takes up a lot of data. And this wouldn't be a problem if you guys would release new ones less frequently. I don't have an issue with new Pokemon. I just think you're making the new ones too fast. Online modes. Okay, is this really so complicated? Oh, wait. Okay, here's what you gotta do. You click Wi-Fi Battle, and you see this menu of filter options. I'll give you a second to look at them. After you choose the settings, you can either choose Create a Room or join an existing session. If joining a session, it shows you a couple you can join. Also, for battles that have more players, there should be a 60-second time limit for the battle to start. A spectating mode wouldn't be so bad either. Not so hard, is it? Let's move on to the Pokemon MMO. Alright, whenever I tried to think of ideas for this, I couldn't help but think I was taking World of Warcraft and slapping Pikachu's face on it. Nevertheless, here's my best shot. You will have the choice of 5 regions to start out then. Then you choose a primary class which could determine benefits, like beauties get shop discounts, collectors find rare Pokemon, etc. There can be secondary classes like Pokeball making, nursing Pokemon, Porto Berry making, etc. And than gameplay. I'm sorry, but I don't see how Pokemon could survive as a 3D MMO and still retain its turn-based formula. In my mind, it has to move into real time. That means sun moving left to right, weather, wild Pokemon running through grass, sometimes out of sight. You see Pokemon swimming on the surface or below water, etc., etc., etc. Once a battle is activated, the trainer will send out a Pokemon. The attacks will be mapped to the D-pad. I don't think I need to explain how the stats are going to work, except for speed, which will involve either making the animations move faster or less recharge time for attacks. Take your pick. And about traversing between regions. It's tricky, but I think this will work. I think every gym you beat should increase the level of the next area and gym you beat, for the sake of balance. Because 1, no one likes too easy a challenge. 2, the Pokemon are easier to train to level 100. 3, it will encourage you to go to all the regions. However, for this to work, this will have to come into play. Wild Pokemon levels aren't revealed until the battle is activated. I know this sounds crazy, but either this or we don't allow region traversing. Pick your poison. The travel method? Well, Kanto and Johto have the tram, so I guess it could work for the rest, unless you can use a boat or something. And as an MMO, there's obviously going to be parties! I don't think people need more than 3 in a group, because this also fixes the maximum amount of players in battles you can do. Something that should be added is challenging party members to battles. Another thing that would be cool is allowing parties to battle other parties. And another thing, class bonuses apply to the whole party. Example, if you have a beauty in a party, then the entire team gets the shopping bonus, until the beauty leaves the party. I'd also enjoy NPCs that didn't look the same in every town, and actually walking around and conversing, faux conversing. And that's it. I realize that all of this makes it a WoW ripoff, but what else can you do?